everyone. Welcome to Highway to the Zemus Zone, the finals game, 358 over 2 days. I'm Scala Kitty. I'm just here very quickly to sort of inform everyone who might need to just sort of get caught up on what has happened. Last night we had our original game 3, but during that game, FF4FE had a technical issue that caused a wipe of his save files and that he was unable to recover from. And Dekar went on to finish that seed. At the end of the race, Dekar was given the option to either take the win and secure his place as champion of the tournament, or to be a good sport and allow FF4FE a re-race. Dekar is a man of honor and has accepted to do this rematch with FF4FE because we want a good, fair fight to be the end of our tournament. So because of that, we are having this game 3-2 tonight. If there's a need for a game 4, it will happen immediately after this one. So there is a chance of a doubleheader. And for our first match, I'm going to turn it all over to Commander Leonhardt and Infinius, and I hope that you all will enjoy.
Thank you very much, Scala. As she mentioned, I'm here with Infinius. Infinius, do you know where bad rainbows go?
What? No? I do not. Where did bad rainbows go?
Bad rainbows go to prison. It's a light sentence.
Go call the actual game, Leonhardt!
So, this is game 3.2 of the finals in Highway to the Zemus Zone. We have our traditional 3 objectives: defeat Wyvern, complete Cave Bahamut, Kokol forge the Legend Sword with Adamant, and 2 other random objectives. For this race, they are unlock the sealed cave and burn Village Mist with the package. And our starting character, our hero, is Porum.
Everyone loves Porum, right? But yeah, we are. Looks like we're off. Well, that's one half of the objective that we require. That's the Adamant. We also have a starting Sid, which I think that will help us pretty early game, because that's once we get a good hammer and a good axe, he is ready to go. And we never.
And he's got a great hit point pool to start, so can push you through some early angry fights. and
hopefully that by the time you get up to, I don't know, say ordeals, Porum should have Berserk by then, so you can just Berserk up our damaged Sid and just chill out.
I like it. Sadly, there is no ice axe, but now I want there to be.
There's no elemental axes. There's only poison axes really, which is the worst axe.
Yeah, unfortunate.
But interesting.
Taking a quick look at Darren. Go ahead.
And yeah, I was gonna say I think that was a Lunar Sparkle, but more importantly, there was also a Rosa that available to us pretty early. So that makes
we have a white mage at home. So yes, interesting. As Pepperoni's pointing out in chat, there was also a samurai bow in those treasure chests, which is the good find.
Yes, yeah, that is in fact a very good find. If we are able to also find some good arrows, we can aid back row Sid, and also having him and use that instead of an axe. But yeah,
so Dekar's finding a curse string in the Watery Pass, which not as exciting as it would be in different circumstances. Do you want to get into that?
Well, okay. So normally we'd be able to find we would just find it. I don't know, say Rydia, and slap the curse ring on her, and then just let her have a beautiful nap, and then have her be an anchor. But because because the hero flag is on, our anchor for this seed is our hero Porom. So there might be one in which we actually just slap the curse ring on Porom to be our anchor and have Rosa be our main white mage, which is interesting. So what I find interesting about this, for what's worth, is that in game 2 is that the different looting patterns taken for this seed, especially in comparison to last couple of races, where I think for the because I remember this as being slightly different to what was happened in the previous game, so it's an interesting call there.
Yeah, there's a few different thoughts, and that is one of the interesting things about the T-Pro is that different areas have higher quality loot, but there's usually a heavier price to play, so it gives runners more to think about.
Well, so we have one of our boss hunts down with this Demis Hobbs, so don't be surprised if we head straight away to Mist Village to see what Rydia's mother has.
Yeah, and it's nice to have that off the table. One less thing to worry about. If Demis is holding something very special, you maybe in the back of your mind, if you haven't seen it and you're still looking for a key item, you're worrying, like, is it on the Giant? Is it on the hook route when I took a magma key? Who knows? Now, one less thing. Yeah.
And just to go back to looting, one other thing which I failed to mention, but is going to be which might be relevant in the future, is that Dekar also found an ogre axe down in Waterloo Pass as well. And so if our grind, especially with a cane available to us, if our available grind option is to do Mac Giants, that is a huge pickup because Kane should be able to one-shot those with that ogre axe and some levels. That's a huge time save.
It does answer the offensive side of the equation for a Mac Giant grind.
So, but Pankraz is immediately going down to.
Pankraz waiting on that.
I mean, it's fine. It's a free check anyway.
It's
a
free check, and if you're flying your airship straight from Hobbs to Mist Village, it's on the way. So it's nice and efficient that way. The only real danger is that you get so wrapped up in everything you're doing here that you forget about it. Like, I could see the horrific scenarios, this is the ult gauntlet. And by the time you're done with all those fights, you've completely forgotten that Rydia's mom is waiting for you.
But instead, we just have some sisters doing it for themselves.
Yeah, this is where a rune axe would come in handy.
Ooh, that's kind of unfortunate. But that Sid bugging himself doesn't do as much damage.
Get out of there! Quick!
No, but
it worked out.
But a big bomb also apparently works.
Oh, yeah, that'll sweep it real fast. And just like that, Dekar has smashed through. I had to do it at least once. I'm not sorry.
Look, you're just here for for pancakes and a smashing good time, okay?
You got it. We get a Baron key out of it, so that opens up a little bit of the overworld.
Yeah, that certainly does. Makes any potential check to a lot more efficient, since we don't have to come back there to turn in the Baron key hypothetically.
And Pankraz just flying in a straight line to Mist Village, gonna duck in here, look for a wyvern. Sees a red robe instead, says, we're done.
Well, yeah, because once you see the first red robe there, you know that is Dark Imp, so you can just not on our list of things to fight, so we can get around that.
Yeah, my
But interesting
stabby
bit
imps
of-
will not get to be stabby tonight.
So interesting bit of routing diversions already, where Dekar, despite having killed Demus, is opting to do football first, whereas Pankraz is getting the quicker checks out in the way. Speaking of wanting rune axes before,
Right, and as chat pointed out earlier, Denari specifically, mute arrows. Yay, mute arrows. You think that Demus check really matters? You think it's a big deal?
yeah, minor detail. Okay, it was. Yes, it was a. But okay, here's the interesting thing though. Yes, it's an objective. We still need to find a way underground, so it can kind of wait.
Yeah, definitely.
So as
You want to know it before you get on the ground, but
so yeah. So we know as long as Dekar remembers to check it, it's not a big deal. The big question is, does Dekar forget?
probably not. But stranger things have happened. Pankraz taking a quick look at the gated shop. We have a dragon whip at home, and we're not too thrilled about a black shirt.
Yeah, interesting. That's because did Pankraz actually even go into Baron Inn? I don't think he did.
No, I think that was Dekar.
Yeah.
So it looks like Pankraz just went there for the shop and says, "All right, I'm going to football now."
Well, that is certainly a shot for doing a Mac Giant grind. That is another Ogre Axe if you didn't find one already, and also a huge stack of Charm Arrows. So that's going to be quite handy. Now, again, if the Mac Giant grind is on, we're going to be using that.
So now we just need Kolkol to have a Zeus Gauntlet when we forge.
Yeah.
That way, Kane can have giant resistance. Looks like Pankraz is going to double veil the Asura.
That's an interesting call when you think about it, because we're not able to purchase items. Those star veils are a very limited resources. It looks like our stack can start with 5. So I don't know if you come across I guess a gold bears where you really need it, or I guess Bahamut. Like running out of star, if we're opting to a reflect strats, which unlikely but possible, losing those star veils could be costly.
Yeah, not too worried about the reflect strat side of things. We have a Porum hero, so worst comes to worst, if she's contributing to reflect strat, she can cast the darn walls. But yeah, definitely that Golbez Bahamut possibility of being low on star veils. So veiling to make sure to get through this a little faster than life locking, it feels aggressive, and we'll see if it pays off or punishes later on.
Also, it just occurred to me, I forget. I think Porum gets has only one super swift weapon, and that weapon is the Seraph is I think off Nirvana, right off memory. That weapon is in fact the cast war when used.
True. So, and the pieces of Forge are already here, so Pankraz is a level above us, probably. Says, you know what? By the time I get underground, I will have all the walls I need.
Oh, Porum has 2? Okay. Of course one was only 1. So I guess, even then, I guess that's a reasonable game.
I'm not sure what the other one is, though, to be honest.
It's even Nirvana or Seraphim. That's probably what I was getting wrong there.
Okay. Thank you, chat. The back attack is a bit messy.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's just that the bombs could hurt, is all.
Yeah, the bombs could hurt. You're taking 6 punches afterwards that aren't that bad.
We got Berserk. That's fine. we're fine. Cause
Yeah, there just isn't really, like, the damage to push through to avoid the explosion, I think, is non-existent. That's not even an option. So,
not at
you need
this
to get
stage.
through that and then cut down enough of the bombs that the self-destruct doesn't put an end to things.
Hmm.
Yay for Sid's hit points pool.
Exactly. Did say that that was going to be a big factor, and also the fact that we've got another melee fighter supplying a stack of hit points as well. That's going to be useful. Oh, we also have a J-arm to use, so that's also nice.
Big bomb for the bombs seems appropriate. Yeah. That's pretty easy then.
Well, surely in that world then, they should absorb fire if they're bombs. Surely.
And yet, no. The bombs in this perfectly coded Final Fantasy IV don't think have any sort of elemental... anything they notice. Anything they're weak to, anything they're strong against. Nothing of the sort.
Yeah, I suppose this is also kind of relevant. Deku was free to actually use that J-arm because for this fight, he has that samurai bow. But FF4FE might actually have to keep that big bomb because I don't think he's found that samurai bow at all.
Well, we have a pink tail for more deals, and
Well,
you
never
know,
mind.
suddenly I'm not worried about this hero fight.
I want to say he might be trying to skip as much of this cutscene as possible.
Oh yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
that low roll!
You're
That
gonna
low
try
roll.
Nice damage on that fire too.
Oh, yeah,
once
Seraphim's
you've got the
Mace,
king
that's the
down,
other
you
one.
can just let...
Yeah, Seraphim's Mace was the other one. To come back, it's Seraphim's Mace casts heal, Nirvana casts wall.
Now, Dekar smashes through, has a pink tail, can turn that in once he has the hook to get a tier 7 or a tier 8 item, since we generally do not play tournaments with adamant armor.
Yeah, it's just as good. Adamant armors are just so powerful. Just know that fighting one just completely breaks the game. So we want to be a little bit more on skill and less on variance in this regard.
Here, here.
So basically, in terms of the time differences right now, basically FF4FE is currently up. The DMS check and also the boss checks in both Mist Cave and Waterfall. So I guess Dekar's going to knock those out right now.
Looks that way.
So that previous concern that's Dekar's going to forget, well, clearly did not forget. Or if he did forget, remembered now.
Yep. Did not forget in a way that was punishing.
Yeah.
And FF4FE not having the J item to sweep is having to cut the bombs down, but he's getting the job done.
Yeah, just having a Zerka here is doing a lot of work. And yeah, FF4FE does have a big bomb, but as I said, I'm pretty sure he's trying to save it to use for the possible fights in the crystal room, not the crystal, for Ordeals 3.
Yep. Which makes sense. There are
Yeah.
a lot of route options there for a solo Porum that even if she can get through it with the bow and arrow, it's just going to take time.
So that is not the Lunar Sparkle we were looking for, but
It's not.
it's still.
It is a dragon, though.
We don't have any dragon whips. Well, we don't have anyone who can do anti-dragon gear though. So
Yeah, that is the problem.
Ooh, so this is
Hi,
probably going to be a
lag.
big thing. This is probably going to be a bigger thing for Pankraz when he gets to this point, because I believe he bought an ice brand.
Well, if
So
so,
that's good.
then when Kane lands on Rubicon, then he's gonna feel it.
Yes, exactly.
And the nice thing about that ice brand is he doesn't have to worry about whether the cloak is open or closed the way you would with ice spells. It's just gonna sting either way.
Yes, and that is because Final Fantasy IV is a very consistently, as intended game. No issues whatsoever. Which mean, i.e., for for the actual technical reason, when for spells it checks absorbs Len resistances, but like if it's the other way around, it does resist. It doesn't do that for. It's the other way around for physical attacks. Look, it's weird, okay?
Yes, it is. But regardless, DekarSMASH is through, finds the hook, and that could well be our underground access.
There's also access to our T7/8 item, so it's actually interesting whether you actually complete Baron in now or just get the pink tail, turn the pink tail. I think my inclination is just to clear out Baron Baron Castle first, because there's only one weapon you can get that would be, two things you can get that would be of worth. Yeah, one would be three. Three. One would be an Avenger.
And one armor, I would say. And the armor you can wait on.
Okay, there are four. There are four then.
Suddenly the number goes up. The Avenger is the god pull. Like you know there's an Avenger there, you beeline there immediately, because that's going to change so much. The Dragoon Lance is also a perfectly legitimate grab that's going to make things good, and the white shirt would be great for our hero to wear defensively.
There's the two others which I thought of. Yes, this went up again. One is Artemis arrows, because since we have
that would also be good.
That would also be good just to help get through eggs, or it's again more anti-dragoon killing gear. And there's also, if we ever come across a fight that's really, really hard and punchy, we could get a Moon Veil.
Yeah, there are some bosses up at Cave Bahamut that go from terrifying to free with just a Moon Veil.
Yeah. So in terms of actual progression, looks like Dekar has about a roughly 1 minute lead.
Yeah, about that. He's just gotten that little step ahead, that little bit of extra efficiency, and Pankraz hasn't found the thing to turn the corner.
Yeah, it's interesting that this is literally this has come down to looting Baron the front of Baron Town and Watery Pass over. I think it's looting two towers in Ebon Castle. It's I don't know. I think I'll probably done. Where I've looted this is probably how Pankraz looted, and I probably would have been punished just the same.
Yeah, and as Engadave is pointing out, DekarSMASH has, in his looting, scooped up some J items that is just a few fights have gone quicker.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's the J items help, but it's just also just finding just better weapons. I think Pankraz kind of missed, whereas Dekar has kind of hit gold, and also has a curse ring option in case things get really rough, which Pankraz is not going to have at this point in time.
Yep, I mean, at the end of the day, the time you spend looting, you want to make that time up by making future fights faster. And so far, that's worked for Dekar.
And the king of Baron is young. Surely, hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on. I thought in the after years he becomes the king of Fabul, not Baron.
Well, and also in the regular game, it's Baron that invades Fabul, not the other way around. So we've got a lot of interesting change-ups in the plot for this randomizer.
So I guess in this world, Fabul was successfully conquered Baron with the help of
Seems that way.
Mylon and some ghasts.
Sure. I mean, the Mylon and Ghasts I can live with, because Golbez is the shadow power, and he's kind of in charge of the fiends.
Yeah. But yeah, Dekar's Pro. Actually, that's an interesting thing. Dekar actually resurrecting Rosa there. The reason I say it's interesting is it would have been tempting to keep her down just to serve as a slingshot target.
Fair, but you might have to keep her down for a long time, and the whole time you're doing that, she's just not doing anything for you.
It's true. It's not saying it's the correct way. It was just an interesting thought that occurred to me.
Yeah, and as Pepperoni's pointing out, Dekar at the moment is still staring a hook route in the face. He's making these checks, probably hoping to find a Magma Key and bail himself out, but...
Well,
yeah.
Well, you're basically why you're doing Baron here because you're it's you're here already. It's just efficient. You're around the right power level to do it.
Yes.
Handily. B, apparently there's a Magma Key that's here, so you get to fade that hook right entirely.
So there we go. As I was saying.
Also, and C, it also gets you a check on the another boss location to try and find Wyvern. That being the Odin spot.
Yes, you don't want to find Wyvern there, but if Wyvern's there, you'd like to know about it.
Yeah.
And Warlink, are you cheering for a Wyvern at King Queen spot? As I'm sure many people are.
No. Just have it. Just have Wyvern be the Kuiper spots with the Kuiper spot. That's all.
That would be much more interesting if Burning Village was not an objective.
Yeah. True. Yeah, but that's the only other route spot, really.
That being said, if it's a character that nobody wants, then they probably burn the village and then go on about their business without following through. So
yeah.
But Dekar underground, Pankraz right behind him. Just hasn't been enough divergence. It's come down to the efficiency, and Dekar's had that little edge.
No one has an edge yet. Or they have a yarn. They don't.
The edge is in my mind.
Yeah, so... Yeah, also I think Pankraz has made one other boss check, and it's about to make another one, so that's also... So until Dekar makes those checks as well, unlikely to be a matter. So down in the earth, the true king of Baron is the four fiends. So not what we're looking for.
Massive elemental takeover of Baron.
Yes. Okay, so Kanoki, if you LDR for the first 26 minutes of this seed, so Dekar got in early by basically getting a bit lucky in looting spots, and that was the pan. And with that, managed to pout with our Porum hero Sid as an other character. Use that slight advantage to find Demas at Hobbs. We had a hook on was it ordeals, but we got better by having the Baron key being holding the liberating Baron Castle being the Baron key, fading a potential hook route, and now we're getting a Pinktail turn in from Pankraz to see what possible good item we've got. That's good for later if there's an edge in this seed, but not right now.
If there's an edge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, that's true. That is a big if. That may be like might strike. Did Deck also check the bosses? I missed that.
Is extolling. Sorry.
Did Deck actually check the bosses down in FF4FE?
Would seem no.
Huh. Okay, it wasn't just me that missed it.
He is definitely focused. He's looking to gain a little bit of time by skipping a few things here and there and hoping that none of them punish him. And so far they haven't. We'll see if that continues.
I suppose that given that Dekar is 2-0 up in he's probably thinking trying to work out how he has to play to counter what Pankraz is doing, and maybe just fading things might be the play. It is quite interesting though. Also interesting that Dekar did his route underground didn't even turn in Forge, which Pankraz is about to do.
That is interesting. Granted, again, the weapon is not going to be life-changing, but I think you maybe want to look at the shop, and by this point you might have looted enough that you can buy things.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that was... Okay, so we got the Nirvana. So Nirvana is in fact the one I was talking about which allows you to cast walls, so... And that is a bandana and the pass from Shooter. So, honestly, the bandana is actually kind of an interesting deal there.
No, the pass. The bandana the bandana, cool. We're good to have it. The pass is the good stuff.
Meanwhile, we are selling... Looks like we're selling a whole bunch of things on Pankraz's side. I think we're trying to get that white spear, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You want to get as much done as you can while you're here, because you're probably never coming back, and white spear is a good grab.
Yeah, and realistically speaking, the rest of that shop was not great, honestly. Like, there was a
protect
life
rings
stuff
are
which
okay.
they're okay, like
they're solid defense numbers, and it's nice to have all-around elemental resistance. But that's exactly what a protect ring is, and it's like, if we could barely scrape together enough money for a white spear, I'm not going to try and find my way into a protect ring.
Yeah. So this is actually going to be a huge turning point, because Dekar, having purchased a sorcerer robe and a heroine robe, is not going to have the money, not even close to going to have the money to afford that. So so he's not going to have that white spear, but he's going to be up. He is going to be up heroine robe, I guess Rosa. So it'll be interesting what is stronger at this point in time. Yeah,
having done those things, Dekar's now going to a rather popular underground spot, Dwarf Castle, and Pankraz is right there with him.
Yeah. Ooh, and that's a Lunar Sparkle, so that is one of our potential options to be Wyvern. And honestly, if it's Wyvern's here, well, would be interesting, because especially if the Wishbone is rude, But the survey says, oh, it is Wyvern. Okay.
Good times. And the Witchburn is...
Damn, Pankraz, all that run buffering.
Hurt your run buffering! Virus.
Huh.
Ooh.
Well, that's actually kind of annoying here.
Yeah, not enough to completely destroy everyone, but yeah, Dekar felt it a little more. Doesn't have as many levels on Rosa.
Well, this is the other thing that that Pankraz did was he actually used a siren in a coffin to get some for interburst of levels, and that might pay off, especially with all these damage rolls that are coming through. And the fact that I don't think Wyvern even got to cast Wall.
Yeah, chat talking about some of their favorite Witchburns. As long as Be Unsafe isn't on, the super rude Witchburns don't happen. The Meteo that Warlink is referencing, the Big Bang, the Odin. Basically, the idea is Witchburn won't make it worse for you than it was when it was a Mega Nuke.
Well, I think our party is basically set now. we found everyone's favorites. Paladin. Did Pankraz sell that light sword that he found?
This is a solid party. I would, especially with a Masamune in hand, I wouldn't mind swapping Sid for Edge.
Oh yes,
but
totally.
That's about the level of improvement we're looking at. Like, I'm not even sure I would take a Palom or a Iridia if I found one. It'd be an interesting call at that point.
I just don't think you'd take any of those mages at all. Like, the only person you might want to opt to take would be Teller, just to take your grind faster. That's about it, really.
That's fair. Teller for D money is legit.
But yeah, but apart from that, and this is also a time where having that white spear turns to be advantageous, because Dark Elf in the Dragon form is weak to Holy.
Yes.
And you saw the 4K.
Many hit points. Yeah.
Oh, and a Darkness Crystal. So we are scary. We are one key item away from go mode.
Yeah.
Because we now have access to cave farm.
Yeah. So we just need a Luca key or a package.
And that is scary. I don't know, if I was the runners, that would scare the bejesus out of me.
I'd be more scared if I were on Dekar.
And so that's our key item count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Darkness Crystal makes 9. Huh. So...
Yeah. Once Pankraz... Yeah.
So now here's the interesting question. Do you do Twin Harp on the off chance you get to 10?
No, I do not think you do.
Interesting.
I think you're content.
Your turn is a 9 key
right
item.
Away, valid. But if you want to check for a 10th item, I think I would rather do Keyless Tower than Harp. I'm already underground, it's right next door, and it's going to be quicker, and if it's a whiff, I can reset down to the base of the tower pretty fast.
Yep. That's true, we have Keyless Tower, so I'll probably do that. I'll do that first. Keyless Tower always seems to have the goods now, for me, so... But yeah, Pankraz is going to
pan.
Yeah, Pankraz getting his pan. So it's kind of unfortunate from Pankraz's perspective, on Pankraz's side, how just because of a few choices that the fact that he committed to checking may do a few more boss check peaks like Waterfall and the Odin spot. He's not gonna get that time back now because well, we've found both our boss objectives.
This is still close enough.
It's still close.
Like
it's still very close.
Tight enough that it wouldn't take much to flip it. Like
Yes.
a little bit of time recovering in grind, maybe even choice of grind, because that hasn't been clearly defined yet, I don't think.
Yeah.
And we've still got to run down a Luca or a package. And if, say, it's on the moon, it could come down to the order in which the moon's cleared. So
Yeah.
Pankraz has been consistently behind in this race, but by very little, which
Yes.
I think speaks to the skill of both of these runners.
I mean, so our Richard Daffis said that keyless is also if you do the siren, if you want to do trap chess, is a shot at trying to find a Excalibur or Crystal Sword, which don't get me wrong, no, those are very powerful things, but is it really worth? But then, is it really worth the time to commit to checking that?
And yeah, probably not.
I feel like if I do it,
a really low chance.
yeah, I just feel like there's the one which, if I'm going to do any spot for that, it's more likely to be Evelyn Castle as opposed to anything else.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh
What do we have
boy.
at the top of the tower.
Oh, actually,
Oh boy.
is this the one with the flans? If it's ultimately here?
Mate, the tofus are in the super cannon room. I know that. Oh, but it's just a water hag anyway. But Pankraz showing us some spicy divergence. Dekar going for that tower. Pankraz going for the music. This is honestly our first major divergence of the race.
And from Pankraz's side, it makes sense because he's already gone through the Sheila 1 check. Everyone's at low health, so this is probably the best. If you're going to do 2.5, this is literally the best time for him to do that.
Agreed. It's just a case of where that slight change in the routing put Pankraz here when he had already done Dwarf, whereas DekarSMASH had already gone above ground and was underground when he found his darkness.
Well,
and a whammy. Dekar just resets out of that white spear.
I suppose if Dekar's already purchased a white spear, that is a relatively reasonable thing to do there. But we have it's time for music because Pankraz has triggered the cutscene, so I guess now is time to continue talking, right? Because no one actually wants to hear what the Twin Hut music is, right? Right?
Look, I just got back into the booth after a long time away. I'm not risking getting kicked out.
Wow, that was a
Yeah.
bad. Oh my god.
See, this is why we don't talk during heart music.
Look, I was very tempted to because someone asked me to talk about cricket. So, ooh,
Fair. I understand. Now, the tower key here is some nice spice, because now Pankraz can run back to the tower, which is still on the table, if he wants. But honestly, he's got 10 key items. Just might be time to go.
I think you actually are meant to check the 10th key item first. That tower key first. That is a very quick check. If that. So
Yeah,
Nova
because we're
Asterix,
not
best cricket player of all
actually
time is Don. So Don Bradman's not even close, and you're asking an Australian for this. So yeah, it's Don Bradman. Sorry, not even close. So yeah.
And now DekarSMASH is the one following in Pankraz's footsteps. Although it's more of a crisscross, because it looks like Pankraz is going to head over and take a look at that tower.
But yeah, if Pankraz feels behind, he might do the half tower play.
And
Where he just does
special.
And yeah, I think like that would really pull him ahead. I would feel like that would really pull him ahead.
But yeah, and the save here does, could see it either way. A lot of times I see
think the
people save here and go to the top and use it as their anchor reset.
Yeah.
If the top is a whammy.
No, yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. He's going to use that as his anchor reset. Or he could just do tower. Okay.
He takes the left turn into the super cannon room.
Bloop 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 bloop.
Somewhere Asuka is hissing.
Okay, so that means so interesting point there. So that is the second. So we've seen Wyvern, we saw Paladin, we've now seen Plague. We saw a Lunar Sparkle in the Rubicante spot. So that means I guess that's Ogo Pogo
whichever
or Dealers
one
is
it
rude.
is. Yeah, they're both rude. Whichever Sparkle is there, got bailed. Our runners got bailed out by that Magma Key. So
Yeah.
we're not going to be able to verbally announce the results of the Super Cannon check because we will be on music reprise by then.
I mean, I suppose. Well then.
And I rate the Treasury a decent sword out of 10.
I mean, it's a better weapon for Kane, but that's about it. If you already have a light sword is generally better.
Well,
I guess
for
it's also
Pankraz, I think it's a better weapon for Cecil, because Pankraz bought the White Spear in the shop. It'll get the job done.
But if he has a light sword already, then it's kind of moot.
It's a marginal upgrade, to be sure.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was a for the record. That also kind of implies that, if you're going to do this check, you had to double dip Troya to get to the Earth Tower of Zot. Okay. So so chat makes a point. If it looks like Pankraz sold the light sword to be able to afford that white spear, so
probably
in that case, that defense sword is a huge upgrade for him.
Yes, definitely.
Or an ogre axe. Okay, ogre axe, it's still an upgrade. So yeah. Either way, huge.
Defense sword still, Defense sword, is as good as it gets without getting into tier 8.
Yeah. Or not Avenger either. For that's also a fun one.
Well, fair. Avenger's kind of special. Technically less powerful than defense sword, but nobody will say it's worse than defense sword.
Yeah. This is interesting because
this is the thing we needed. Like Smash and Pankraz have basically made roughly the same checks, but the order in which they made them. Pankraz being above ground when he cleaned up those checks and doing heart first and finding the tower key. There's been less back and forth, and that's been just enough, as tight as this race has been, for him to step back out in front. And I think that's exactly what you were about to say.
Also, more important to note is that Pankraz has faded the top of tower. He is committed to fading keyless tower, which is consistent when going to Twin Heart first. So Pankraz has made a specific gamble. He is committed to, and in this case, he's actually getting rewarded for it.
Yes, that is a very big point. It's a nice, even though DekarSMASH reset out and went back to the base of the tower, it still takes time to walk all the way up and deal with that fight.
And even though that was an incredibly quick fight, that's a whole bunch of time saved. So we're interested to see if Dekar then opts into chasing this earth crystal. I think you find there was actually no go there.
Well, somebody has.
Oh. Oh, that's.
we still get the Baldam Z.
Okay, look. Okay, given what Dekar just did there, I think he's just gonna opt into not checking this Zot, making this Zot check, because I think we're about to do a Mac Giant grind.
Oh, nope.
Or not?
Landing
what?
outside Troya. Or not.
Okay, I'm curious.
I want to check the treasure before
ask...
doing that Mac Giant. We'll see.
Yeah. Because, okay, so the reason
you might find some Zeus gauntlets in the treasury, and then you're very happy.
Yeah. Well, he already bought the glass hat, right? So, but yeah, I agree. That's why I thought by going to do the very much doing what he did just there, I actually agreed that I thought that was getting ready for cover strats on Cecil. In which case, defense sword also very good, by the way. Since we already need that.
Sure. And
since we already have
the exit out confirms it. Just came here for the loot.
And is not going to be punished for it because spoon.
You know, if a certain flag were on, we had Edward in the Tower of Zot, and the spoon is the item. I can dream. Awaken
so it looks...
Coco gave the Nirvana staff.
Yeah. And with this, we are now officially setting up for a Mac Giant grind. So... Looks like FF4FE is getting a bit unlucky there. So,
The
and getting a whole bunch of reset tiles.
God, the Mac Giant chart for the Baron Manip is a bit of a mess, from what I remember. It's been a while since I've looked at it.
It just happens I had it open right now by happenstance. Okay, so basically if you get encountered in the first 17, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 are basically nope, you have to reset. 2 of them are like you have to do and take another encounter, and then to find out whether you need to reset or not, and everything else is just like, oh, 1, 2, or 3, I guess.
And a lot of runners look at some of those squares where it's like, maybe I reset on encounter 2 and just say, you know what? No, I'm going to just reset now.
Yeah. What is going to be hilarious though is if they go up to if they even peak the where vanilla food would be and find it was actually something we could like an edge. That would be hilarious.
That would be. But back and forth on this race over and over, and here we are at 53 minutes with both of our runners near simultaneously launching the whales. I mean, look, like...
Actually,
Man.
I feel like in this situation, I think Dekar actually has some advantage here for actually setting up cover strats already.
True. That'll let him get done with the grind. Nope, Dekar... Was that a misclick? I've done this. I've accidentally gone to the moon when I meant to go to the giant.
I mean,
no,
again,
not a misclick. Wants to check the character. Okay.
Yeah. Which, again, if like I said, if this is an edge of this is Rosa or Teller, this saves a whole bunch of time compared to doing Mac Giants. So yeah, this makes sense. Nope,
and
it's a Rosa.
Is preserved as long as you don't get into a fight.
Yeah. So now, and with that, yep, there is the single searcher. We're going to be doing a lot of the machine grinds. Okay, so FF4FE is opting to have a whole bunch of blink casts, which is fine, I guess, but like,
yeah, it'll get the job done.
That's true. That's true.
Not as
Moon
fast
Monk
or elegant as.
That's true. Moon Monk might have been interesting as well. So now that we've got some appropriate grinding music
to the vintage grind of Giant of Babel.
And in fact, we've got mirrored, in fact, because Dekar got back attacked. Hilarious.
There we go.
I feel like Dekar's grind might just be a lot faster, just because he doesn't have to cast. He has one character to cast Blink on.
Well, we'll find out soon enough.
So who was that one who talked about cricket?
It might also be a question of how many they go for. I'm seeing bigger hit point totals on FF4FE's side, and that might mean that FF4FE is comfortable ending the grind after less Mac Giants.
That's true, because FF4FE did use a Siren pretty early before doing Dwarf Castle to get those levels. I think that actually helped catch up some time there. So, in terms of cricket, it's funny. Tomorrow, this weekend's actually going to be a good weekend for cricket for me, because it is actually the women's Big Bash double header. Let me actually get the actual schedule up, because it's so basically it'll be two games back to back, and it's literally 10 minutes from my house, which is great. Which would be great. Looking forward to watching it tomorrow. So, oh, that's right. Today is to me one of the more interesting matches between the Perth Scorchers and the Adelaide Strikers, because this will be the first time I think post their marriage that Dane van Niekerk and Marizanne Kampel will play against each other. Usually they're both on the same team, so yeah, it'll be an very interesting match in that regard. Yeah, I think they also both top the table because Scorchers have been really good. Do you want me to continue?
You have the advantage of me when it comes to talking to cricket. I mean, it's been a very, very long time since I saw a cricket match, and I remember very little bit of it. The only thing I really remember is the Foxway.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh yes, that's also a good point. Australia, England, and India, New Zealand in the T20 World Cup. That's happening in the UAE right now. So that's no. I expect Australia to get destroyed there. Like, England is a very, very good team, and Australia's T20 team sucks. So yeah. But India, New Zealand should be very interesting. That is like that. It'll be interesting to see how well having a team that has that those teams play off against each other. I would probably favor India in that matchup, but mostly because of the IPL experience they got while playing there. But you can never count New Zealand out. They are a very good team. Yeah, I'm actually getting after this. I'm actually going shopping to prepare for going to watch games tomorrow. Watch more games tomorrow.
And I am absolutely here for these cricket facts.
That's good.
So,
we've got time, guys. This is great. Also, I'd love to shout out chat for appreciating the music we have going on. And Infidious, I am very interested in what shenanigans you have going on in cricket. I've learned so much tonight.
Yeah. So I just had to check. So basically, both the Strikers and the Scorchers are in the Women's Big Bash are currently basically while they're technically third and fifth, they also are 2 games back. They're 1 game behind first and second with no. Yeah, it's all which is basically all the matches are very. The table is very close early in the season, and hopefully we'll get to game parity pretty shortly over this weekend. But yeah, the Scorchers team is absolutely stacked with their batting. Having probably one of the 2 of the best batters in the world playing on the same team is kind of like a cheat code. So yeah. Oh, if you want to know more about the the Big Bash franchises, you also have the Hurricanes, who are based in Hobart. You have the 2 Melbourne teams are the Stars and the Renegades. The team based in Brisbane is the Heat, and then in Sydney you have the Thunder and the Sixers. The Sixers team is incredibly good, except they always seem to underperform somehow. It's really weird. That on paper that team is an incredibly stacked team and they somehow just fail to fire. It boggles my mind sometimes. Yeah. Also note that the defending champions for this season are currently winless, but I feel like a lot of that is due to the fact that their captain got injured herself before pre-season, and that's kind of led to some awful options in that regard. I know. Oh, we're done?
Yeah, Dekar came up a little bit short of white, and that should be fine. There's still some XP to be had from completing Cave Bahamut and the hunt for the last key item, so it shouldn't be an issue.
Well, I wasn't done.
And you will just have to do a stream on your own sometime where you do just chatting about cricket. I'm sure a fair amount of chat here would be here for it. DekarSMASH heading down into the LST as Pankraz lands and is deciding to take care of Cave Bahamut first. Dekar didn't even peek Cave Bahamut yet. No idea what's there. Now, to be fair, we're not going to find a key item in Cave Bahamut because Cave Summon is off. So leaving it for later isn't going to be punishing.
Yeah, exactly. Like the way the key items are kind of laid out, you know you're going to be doing the Cave Bahamut no matter what. Because once you get either the Luca key or the package, you're basically leaving the moon after that. And I think if you are committing, oh, that's rude. If you're going to,
my.
I guess the reason you would not do, Cave Bahamut first, is if you're literally going to do Ribbon Room and you also hit both Luca key and package in the same check. In that world,
yes, that would be the dream scenario for Dekar having faded Cave Bahamut.
Yeah, but that, especially considering that you don't have to, it's only unlock the seal cave and not complete seal cave. That is, right. I feel that is a risky play. I feel that is my.
But yeah, turns out it's just Mylon Z here at the Ribbon Room. Holy weapons do amazing things when you're fighting Mylon Z.
Yeah, no, this is a Mylon Z, very easy, just punches. We have, I guess, we probably have a light sword and bow and arrow. So yeah. It's like I said. I think fading Bahamut temporary is fine. The only punish here is if on Dekar for Pankraz is that if literally the situation where Ribbon Room has both key items, because those checks can be way quicker than.
Right, and it only turned out to be a punish because the fight was rude. Honestly. The package cutscene does take a little bit of time.
True, but even then, that's package. But once you've done the package cutscene is relatively fast compared to fighting Kainatsu.
Oh, definitely faster than this fight. Well,
ooh, okay.
The one thing left that is not an objective that could be an Earth chase.
Yeah, and Dekar's chasing it right now.
Just check it. You do. You absolutely save, pop out, and go check it. It's that fast.
Yeah. you already left the save. You already left the save here. Yeah, you're essentially say scumming this. Yeah, Pankraz is now finished objective number 2.
Yeah, if this hits, I think you tie up the objective that you get from the rat tail, and then fly back up, do Cave Bahamut, and then come back down and finish the job. So you have that extra transition.
Yeah, but then he has to come back from the moon for value. So like, it's a tough one.
Yeah, it's just the flight time on the big whale.
Yeah.
Which, in a race this tight, isn't nothing, but it's not soul crushing.
And survey says, oh baby, oh baby.
It is! It's the Luca key! DekarSMASH is in go mode!
Ooh.
And now, so we're looking for Pankraz to go straight to Ribbon Room, to be right on his heels. And honestly, that's a very realistic scenario.
Yeah, oh, depends. If Pankraz does top down as opposed to bottom up, that also changes things. Like where Pankraz is doing right now, he's doing top down.
Oh no! No! He's going the wrong way!
It could be, but
now Pankraz needs a package to be here. Right here.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh my goodness. And if it is, this does save him the walk down.
But this could also be disaster if Luca Key gives us a package. That's also the worst part to see here.
Oh no, he's taking it. I would have expected a quick reset out, and no thank you.
Same actually. I'm surprised we're taking this. Like,
this
I
could be the
suppose.
gamble. That, like, I think I'm behind. I have to hope it's here, and that my opponent would never ever dream of doing this. You know.
Although, thinking about it now, if you're committing to top down, I think you're actually obliged to just do this. As sad as it sounds, I think
yes,
what Pankraz is doing makes sense. It's just that it's going to be incredibly punishing compared to fighting Marlon Z. So this is just one of the cases where you both had reasonable choices to make here. There are reasons to go one way or the other. And yeah, in this case, it's just not going to pay. Looks like it's probably not going to pay off.
Right. Yeah, as it turns out. Like, there is a scenario in which the key items are arranged differently than they happen to be, where DekarSMASH is still clearing out the bottom of the moon and finding no value at all. And this is the Galaxy brain play.
But yeah, this is just going to be one of those unfortunate things where just rando's going to rando, just get unlucky at these things.
And sometimes, like, again, top down, as you were saying, is kind of a counterplay. Kind of I think I might be a little behind. I need to try and gain a step up. And so, yeah, committing to it, you can understand the thought process.
Now, having said that, though, we still have a Zemus fight up our sleeve, and that's at no point is that going to be easy either.
Yes.
Actually, the thing that actually surprised me is that both runners opted to try to get rid of the waves. I thought my instinct was just to Zerk everyone and just be done with it, personally.
Yeah,
because
it is a very, very punchy spot, and at least if the waves are up, you're not taking those punches.
Yeah.
Though, if you want to punch Sid in the back row with his 3,000 hit points, by all means, go for it.
True. Yeah, true. Those are... Yeah, that's also a fair point. Pankraz actually committed to chasing Zot and did all that just for a spoon. So it's possible. No, it's one of those things where no one really ever feels ahead in this randomizer. You always feel behind.
True. So you know what should have happened a while back ago, but didn't? I'd like to give a quick shout out to HeartGamer, our tracker, for lighting up the many buttons on the key items and the objectives, and Dathis, our restreamer, for rolling up this nice seed that our runners have crisscrossed and passed through each other. And Infinius, it's been a blast. It's good to be here with you.
Yeah, it's great to be here. I'm happy to be able to do comms for the finals. Not I get to do that often anyway, given obviously Australian lean, as it were.
Sure. So,
Yeah.
we got Kinazu in the shell and double gold dragons. I think this is the fourth fight for Pankraz?
Should be fifth. King Ryu
Oh,
is
right,
the fifth
yes,
one
this
here.
is the Siren Summon here. So, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that will be the fifth.
But Dekar has just completed Gate for Hammer, was about to get the crystal, about to get a ribbon, and is about to about to go, make their way to Zemus.
Yep. There's that swirling animation, and the crystal for the final fight is in Dekar's possession.
Now, interesting. So 51 level 51 horror. I mean, so just short on white for a start, but I think that is a kind of an awkward agility number off memory. Let me quickly look this up. I
will take your word for it.
51 is 25. So I guess if you have a ninja hat, that's fine. If you have a ninja hat, that's perfectly acceptable. You get to 20 agility that way.
Yeah. But if not, yes, it is a little awkward. Could make the fight a little rough. I don't think Dekar's quite looking at the oop and the whammy for Pankraz.
Well, if you need more grinding,
which Pankraz does not after that gauntlet.
Yeah, then that'd be okay, I guess. But yeah. So DekarSMASH is Commander.
Yes.
We have a thing around this time, right?
We do something about Zemus not randomizing the stats, only randomizing the sprite. Yeah, something like that.
Something about making a joke about falling asleep because I woke up way too early for this, but minor detail.
Yeah, that too. I do see the Z's in chat, so nap time. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
So I guess with that, we are obliged to now ask, I guess, whose meme are we theming tonight? Is that how it goes?
I like it. That might be the new one. But I believe the traditional is, whose butt are we gonna kick tonight?
See, you have the better voice for this. I just spew nonsense most of the time.
Whatever it is, it will be something that was specially created for the tournament, as the harp song was. So, excite. We won't spoil the first three for you that have already been revealed. Just go watch the VODs. They're all great. Oh, this is great! Oh, this is wonderful! So for those of you in chat that are wondering what in the world is going on, the crocodile is an enemy that you generally only see in a couple of alt gauntlets around Baron. And if Scala is around, she can be counted on to profess her adoration for Senator Crocodile.
I also appreciate the how this was paid for by the Baron Waterway Super Pack.
Right? This is good. Oh.
Hang on, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought for sense there's 6-year terms, right? Not 4. In US?
In the United States, yes, senators are elected to 6-year terms. There are elections for the Senate every 2 years. A third of the Senate is up for re-election every 2 years.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, meanwhile, Pankraz gets the package, so it is also now in go mode.
Boom!
All right,
So Dekar is about one Z fight ahead. If
Yes.
Dekar makes an unfortunate wombo combo or something of that nature, then this is suddenly a tight race.
yes. Yeah, so Dekar
And even so,
and Pankraz has more levels. Yeah, Pankraz should have more levels, but grinding for a little bit longer. So yeah, this is. But having said that is a whole bunch of hit points on our party. So I think it has to be Big Bang into Meteor to wipe here, but still.
yes.
I mean,
Yeah,
Rosa has
it would take a wombo
2400.
combo.
Yeah.
Yeah, a 2400 would be a really high roll on a standard Big Bang to drop Rosa and make things
Yeah.
dicey.
And I suppose if
Chocobo burning down the village! How could you? Those pesky Chocobos!
Where?
Double Dutch. There are two Big Bangs, one of which is a 8 roll and one of which is a 9 roll. If the 8 roll maxes out and there's no defense on it, it can hit 2400, but Saptix will has Rosa down to 2354.
Yeah.
The 9 roll version can peak at 2700. So that would be at least have a slight chance of dropping Rosa. It's extremely unlikely.
And as you can see, Porum down on Dekar's side, but 3 Zerkers should make this a straightforward fight.
Yes, Tybalt. Yes, it does. It's exactly what it says.
Yes, it does. Yes.
Also brought to you by the wonderful Skull Kitty. Skull Kitty, an art that we trust.
But yes, what Infinius was referring to, the wombo combo, is when you take the Big Bang, and before you even have time to cast your Cure 4, the Meteor of the final phase comes in and taps a little extra damage on top of it. And that could be enough to put Rosa on the ground, but if the Berserkers are still very high in hit points, it's unlikely to put them down, and then it just becomes a question of whether they can push enough damage through before another Meteor comes along. But here comes another Big Bang as Pankraz is heading into the Z fight himself.
Ooh, okay, 1400, which 1400 was a very lots of dodge rolls happened there. So even if we do get one more combo here, not a big problem. Yeah, and we also get the Cure 4 off anyway, so.
Yeah, so that saves.
I feel like Dekar's
Cure 4
third.
saves the combo. It looks like it.
And that's rocks. There's rocks.
There's the pause.
On Dekar's side.
Yep, the rocks. And with these hit point totals, yep, that is going to be it. It's going to be a close one.
And that's it. DekarSMASH is out. Wins this game 3-2. Takes the grand finals 3-0 over xPankraz and is our champion of the Highways to the Zemus Zone 4. GG's to
Official
him.
time 1:21:27. GG's, and we are joined by DekarSMASH, who apparently says down with Senator Crocodile.
If you're talking Dekar, we cannot hear you.
Alright. You hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
GG's, Dekar. Congratulations.
Excellent, GG. I was just saying that it was an amazing sprite by Skull Kitty. I love Senator Crocodile, but I also love killing Senator Crocodile, so it works.
The hat really... It's the hat that really makes this great. And the tie. So what were your initial thoughts about that seed? Because that ended up being an interesting one.
was very nervous about the seed. I didn't feel like it was playing out the way I wanted it to. I had in my head that I wanted to fade Twin Harp, but then I kind of got forced to do Twin Harp because otherwise I'd be going to grind or to the moon with 9 key items. And then that kind of turned into a rabbit hole, and I'm like, I'm going to do every check except for the ones that actually get me objectives. And I feel like if I'm doing everything and Pankraz is doing everything, he's advantaged. So that's not where I wanted to be. That's why I made the gamble to fade Zot. And I'm glad it paid off.
Yeah, this ended up being interesting because you both, because you both end up fading something in the end. Because Pankraz actually faded top of tower.
Yeah, I mean the water hag into a void spear.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you're gonna go back and watch this, I assume, but it. Just so tight with you all basically making a lot of the same checks and little bits of divergence, and then you met back up, and it finally turned when you wrapped up the underground, because Pankraz finished that at Sheila, whereas you finished that at Dwarf. So you each got kind of naturally pulled to Heart and Tower at different times, and so when Pankraz first entered the tower, it was with key in hand, and so we opted for the Penguinator special.
Yeah, I mean now that the series is over, I can say that part of my game plan in the matches across all of them that I didn't really ever get to implement was fading Twin Heart, because from the research I did on Pankraz, he rarely fades it. He pretty much always does it. And I thought, if anything, he'd be more likely to do it in the finals, kind of with the special music. But I think mathematically, Twin Heart, because it's only one boss, usually doesn't pay out. I mean, at least if you really analyze like 1,000 seeds, I think you would find that doing Twin Heart is only correct like 55% of the time. It's not a big difference, but it's it's enough that I thought I could maybe get a little edge there.
Interesting. I haven't really thought about looking at the math until that. Although that doesn't mean that if your plan was to fade Twin Heart, you're by default the villain of this setup.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I gotta say, it's hard to call anyone the villain of the setup after agreeing to redo this match after everything that went down yesterday. So,
I mean, that's also fair.
Yeah.
And as we just see, Pankraz finishing.
Yep, just behind. Like you're talking about that fade Zot. This race was close enough that makes up the time there.
Yeah, big GG's to Pankraz. I think I told him in the chat, but I think he used up all of his luck going 14-0, and didn't really have any left for the finals, which was lucky for me.
Hey, don't sell yourself short. You've been doing amazing work in the ladder.
So,
other general thoughts? I mean, you went straight to the ribbon room and decided to leave K Value alone, which meant for a little bit of back and forth. But yeah, again, the math there are 2 key items in the ribbon room. It's hard to argue with that.
When you have the pass and you need one of 2 key items, I definitely lean bottom up in that scenario. I mean, it would be different if I felt behind, but I was sort of banking on my fade Zot play to have made up for if I was behind rather than doing top down.
Yeah, for what's worth, you both were raising the whale at basically the exact same time in terms of timing.
Yeah, well, I'm glad we put on a
super.
I'm glad we put on a good close race here to wrap up the series. Unfortunately, like we had the tech issues last time, and the second one, just because of the way the divergence played out, ended up sort of my route just was kind of the perfect route, and his was really punished. And then sort of that's also true in the first one, where he did the entire moon unnecessarily. So,
I mean, I think you'll probably find that this also came down to the choice of bottom up versus top down. So, and yeah, essentially. So,
yeah, he told me about the all gauntlet, which I would have reset out of and just gone to the bottom if I'd seen that.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I kind of made that point as well. It's like I feel like if you're committing to top, but my counter, I feel like if you're going to commit to top down, you're kind of priced into doing it at that point, and it sucks. But
yeah, I mean, it's a tough choice because he might have been feeling a little bit behind after doing all the rabbit holes on Earth. So maybe that pushed him to do something he thought I wouldn't do.
And if that happened to have, I don't know, if that was packaged, then
yeah, and he probably could predict that if I had done, even if I had gone to that, that I would have reset out of it. And so, I don't know. It's really more of a question for him, but I think it makes sense if you think about it that way.
Yeah, it all makes sense. No, it all makes sense either one way or another.
Yeah, I don't know. I really have no other thoughts. I'm kind of blown away. Like, I never expected to actually win the tournament. Like, I thought I would do well, just based on how I've been doing on the ladder. But entering my first tournament like this, I was kind of thinking top 16, top 8 is my goal, and to just go all the way and win the finals 3-0 is kind of it's kind of hard to wrap my head around still.
Well, enjoy it. You definitely deserve it. You can go talk to the Mysidian Elder in the Tower of Wishes and see your name alongside the other great free enterprise champions.
That's true. So, and I guess you also now have to think of a Zemus sprite and a Twin Harp song to put in the pool now.
Yeah, that'll be some work to come up with something that Scala and Xenocat and Calm haven't already covered.
That's fair. Science ran out of good, interesting ones.
I'm sure if you can't come up with anything, you could reach out to a friend of yours in the community, and they'd be quick to offer a suggestion.
Fair.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Xeno, I should shout out him on the harp music tonight. That was really awesome.
My goodness, yes.
That was definitely something else.
I didn't even know that game existed, and hearing that track's like, oh, do I start? I have to look into this game now. I think I'm.
But yeah, that's about all I've got. Hats off to you for a great tournament and a great series to wrap it all
up. Thanks, Commander Leonhardt and Phineas for the commentary, Tathis for the restream, and HeartGamer for the tracking. You guys are great. It's fantastic to be part of this community, and just everyone keep it up.
All right, yeah, GG's Dekar, and congratulations once again.
Yeah.
And that was our Highway to the Zemus Zone champion, DekarSMASH. And we are joined by FF4FE. GG.
No, GG's, thank you, and congrats to Dekar. Welcome to the club.
So that alt gauntlet.
That alt gauntlet.
Is not a siren the rudest possible thing afterwards, after already getting all those levels from the alt gauntlet?
Yeah, that's it could have at least given me an XCal, but instead, no, it's a siren. After I've already got 710,000 XP from a Mac Giant grind, after I get another 600,000 or something XP from that alt gauntlet, it's like, you need more of it. Your levels don't quite look good enough. Here you go.
Look, you're just trying to, the seed just wants to get you to level 69, okay, on all your characters,
Yeah,
okay?
probably. Probably should have listened to it.
So upon seeing, okay, so I'm sure that Dekar in the race room probably mentioned he did bot up. So, talk us through your choice of doing top down, and then also committing to the alt gauntlet. What were your thoughts behind that?
Top down, Dekar touched upon it in his interview, but a lot of it is because I had chased everything through Earth. I didn't get to my grind until about the 55-minute mark, after I had already cleared basically everything else. I had 11 key items at that point instead of 10, I had 12 because Zot gave me something too. So
Okay.
it was a mess of I wasn't feeling great after clearing everything. I figured I need one of two items from Go mode. I have the pass in hand. Let's try to minimize our walking time in the LST. Go top down, see what we find. Gauntlet wasn't what I wanted to see.
Yeah.
I touched on that already, but the big reason to commit to it was just expanding on that. I had already done all these rabbit holes. I knew after I got the spoon from Zot that I was probably losing, that I was probably behind, and that this wasn't going to go well. I had broken my slingshot on Cecil while doing the tower key and the Zot checks as well, so I wasn't going to get a big 1.5 million XP on him. It was just a whole bunch of not feeling good about the situation at hand. I figured I'd try it. Maybe it's exactly Luca key into package. That was still a possibility at that point. There's one key item on the moon, guaranteed. It could be anywhere. Let's just suck it up and deal with it. And I did, and it was not the move.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, yeah, like my view, I kind of agree. There was just a lot of mini decisions that kind of snowballed against you, and it's just one of those unfortunate things which happen sometimes.
And it's also one of those, you make a couple gambles. You do a half tower instead of the full tower. You go to Zot afterwards. You chase things out from Twin Harp. If you're gonna do the top-down play, commit to it no matter what's there. Because if I'm just doing conventional routing, I lose significantly to somebody who left Earth immediately after getting a 10th key item. And I have no way of knowing what Dekar does or would do, but I know that he's a big fan of grinding at the when it's convenient and when it's fast. And 10 key item Mac Giants with Ogre Axes for Sale and Fabul is pretty fast.
Yeah, then that was probably the other thing, is that I think Dekar also found an Ogre Axe and Watery Pass, which so he didn't need to even go purchase one. He already had one coming into it.
Yeah, I bought the one early on for Sid, and then when I was turning in the pan, I forgot to grab another one, so I had to walk back in. That didn't feel great either, but that's only 10 seconds instead of 3 minutes of an all gauntlet or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there are a lot of, like I said, a lot of micro decisions, like losing choices also didn't seem to favor you at all, because I think Dekar basically found everything in the Watery Pass against your two, the left side of
Eblin didn't give anything really. I got a whole bunch of heavy armor to sell, and that's it. No weapons, no J items, no nothing. And then I got 2 J items in Barren Town, like right afterward when I go back over there. That felt silly.
Yeah, you also missed there was also a Samurai Brown in Barren Town.
Okay. In the inn or in Rosa's mom's?
In the inn.
Okay.
In the inn, and the tiny treasury.
Okay, yeah. Not back rowing anybody throughout the course of the seed wasn't ideal either. But, it happens.
Yeah, but the thing I definitely want to touch on is that the way you've played throughout this tournament, and in this finals was no exception, has been such that even with all of these little things we're bringing up, this was still a super tight race that could have broken either way, and it has been amazing to watch.
Well, thank you for saying so. Hopefully it was a good show. I've
It
I've said it
absolutely
a few
was.
times throughout the tournament. I've never been upset with my play in any of the games. Like, sometimes things don't break exactly how I want them or envision it, but they, overall, I feel like the decisions and the rationale for my decisions in the moment are fine. And these games were no exception. Like last night, going up until, the unfortunate emulator crash, things were close, things were fun, and it was going to be some really fun divergence to see where things go. And I was feeling like I was playing well. Today felt like I played great. Game 2, I will talk less about because I made one mistake and it punished me a lot. So I'm going to omit that one from the discussion. But overall, yeah, I've been very happy with my play in this tournament, and I'm glad to have participated, and I'm glad to have made it this far.
Well,
Yeah,
I have no doubt that we'll be seeing more of you in ladders and tournaments to come, and I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Probably not for a while.
That's fair.
I've mentioned it a little bit, but need to take a little step back from free enterprise. Not, just things with my personal life, personal relationship with the game. I need a bit of time, and then we can party hard, and harder than ever, probably next tournament. Though I will still be around to help out with the Spoil Sports Club. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, looking forward to the off season, all the amazing things we've got for everyone. The Pink Puff return of Pink Puff League, Enterprise Legacy, Hero's Journey. It's all the asyncs. It's all gonna be great and amazing.
It's gonna be an exciting off season.
Not gonna be a dull moment at all in this community.
Yeah. All right. Well, if there's no further questions, I'll probably go off and try to think of a Z sprite to add to the pool, because I knew what harp song I wanted to add, but I have no clue about a sprite. So we're gonna focus on that. In any case, though, rather, thank you so much, Commander and Infinius, for the commentary. Looking forward to watching it back, hearing everything. My apologies to Neon and Demarine for not bringing it to Game 4 for your commentary for the double feature after this. Hopefully we can hear both of you fantastically in the near future. Thank you, Dathis, for putting on the show. Thank you, HeartGamer, for the tracking. Thank you all, the admin team, the Restream team, everybody for making this event as great as it was. And thank you all. You all have a fantastic rest of the evening.
Yeah.
Chris, you're just like doing my job.
That was our runner-up for the Highway to the Zemus Zone, FF4FE. Give both our runners a follow if you haven't already.
So hi everyone.
And Skull is barging in here saying, "Shut up! I need to talk."
No! I don't want anyone to shut up. I want everyone to have their time in the sun with the feels.
I've had plenty of time.
Because now I have to have the time in the sun with the feels, like I always do.
HeartGamer join us too.
Because we have to do this at the end of every tournament.
Huh? What? Huh?
Perfect way to end a tournament.
Who's on first?
No, what is on second? I don't know who's on third.
There I go, back on third base again.
Name?
How did I get over there?
Names of this player on this team? Tell me the name of the guy who's on first.
Okay. Abbott Costello. Let's chill.
Tomorrow.
All right. So let me start at the top. Okay. So, which is good evening, everyone. So this is a bit of a different experience for this tournament for me, since I was on the sidelines for a good deal of it. But everything that I saw, everything that I had the ability to take part in was a wonderful experience. And I hope that is the same for all of you out there, all of you here in the booth who have been in the booth for the course of the tournament. And of course, all of you out there who have been racing. I want to give our congratulations to our champion for this tournament, DekarSMASH, and of course, congratulations to our runner-up, xPankraz. Both of you put on an amazing performance, and I would like to once again thank Dekar for graciously accepting the reroll request and giving us another amazing match and a truly exciting end to this tournament. And I want to thank everyone who raced and joined in on this tournament. We had over 100 racers join in across all of our different qualifier matches. And we were so happy to see all the great shows everyone put on both there and also in the brackets. This was a massive undertaking to do a 64-person bracket, but the admin team, we wanted to give the chance to as many people as possible to have a nice, broad tournament experience. And we were really happy with how it played out. And talk about playing out, I want to absolutely thank our amazing team of Restream volunteers, all of our commentators, our trackers, and our Restreamers who made all of the broadcasts possible across both not just here on the Free Enterprise channel, but of course our other partner channels, Random Mania and RPG Limit Break. We could not do this without their help as well. Our team continues not only to grow, but also constantly improve, and truly, I will say this, head held high, voice clear and strong, Free Enterprise commentary, some of the best commentary you could find for randomizers anywhere. And that's all because of our absolutely amazing team. And speaking of teams, I also need to thank the admin team. Everyone stepped up when I needed to step aside, and I couldn't be more proud of everyone and all the hard work they put in to make this event happen. And also, all of you out there watching here and in the Discord, please remember to thank your admin team for just the sheer amount of hard work that went into this, went into the planning of this, went into the execution of this. It is hours upon hours, weeks upon weeks of incredible amounts of work, and we do it all for the love of the game, for the love of y'all. So, finally, thanks to everyone who joins us here in Twitch chat or on YouTube. We appreciate all of your support when we put on these events. For those of you who join in on the fun and the memes and having a great time here in chat. For those of you who just lurk, who like to just put Free Enterprise on as your background sound as you're off doing other things, we appreciate each and every one of you. And thank you all for being such a wonderful community and truly being part of what makes this such a special game and just such a special thing to be a part of here. When the internet is not always the nicest place, we all know that Free Enterprise is definitely one of the nicest places that is out there. So, with our tournament wrapped up, we look forward to moving into the off-season and celebrating so many wonderful ways to enjoy Free Enterprise. Our first event is going to be this Sunday. Here on the Free Enterprise channel, we are going to be having our special Trickers trial version of the Sunday Slapdash. And I hope everyone is going to be ready for some Lit 3 Seed fun. Yes, just in 2 days, in time for Halloween, we have to have something really fun and festive. But anyway, we are going to take all of this great energy on to Possum Morpheus. And I want to thank tonight's team, especially to Commander Infidious, Heartgamer, and Dathis, I guess? Anyway,
I'm right
thank you.
here.
Wow.
Thank you to all of my friends and Dathis.
I don't even know how. I don't think we need to rate anybody anymore. But no. I kind of want to just go against admin's wants now.
Aw, Dathis, you know I love you too. I love all y'all. There's your extra feels. There. You got it out of me, okay? So, anyway, thank you all again.
Better enjoy that.
I wish you all the best rest of your day or night, depending upon where you are in the world. And all of you, please enjoy. And thank you all once again for your support. Have a great one, everybody.
And on one final note, never feed crystal swords to chocobos. It's terrible. Don't do it. Don't do it.
No, let them have their candy.
Quay?
Not
It's
crystal
Halloween
swords.
after all.
Carrots are
Yeah,
tastier.
candy time.
Y'all are ridiculous.